So I'm gonna cover some things that I don't know, hopefully make sense regarding recruiting and building. And I got a call, and you can imagine someone in my position over the last 19 years gets calls, and it's someone from way, way deep in depth somewhere. And he calls me, and my heart goes out to him. But he says, "Hey, I'm in a situation," and he proceeds to explain a lot of his personal issues related to his health, related to why he can't work. And he's been an agent with us for a little bit. Well, his upline just, and he's been trying to get help. So someone encouraged him to call me, and this is he's worked his way up the upline. Then he calls me and he tells me, the sheriff's coming Monday. They're going to kick us out of our trailer because we can't pay the rent on our trailer. And I've been getting TLPs, and I've been unable to, I did 1,600 dials and I haven't been able to contact anybody. And I told that to my manager, and he said, "I don't believe you. How can you not contact anyone on actually he said like 900 dials, 9 to 1,200 dials. It wasn't 1,600, but it's 900 dials. And I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. The sheriff's coming Monday. Okay. So kind of, I don't know, implied, he didn't ask for money, but he said, what should I do? And typically when people call me, when they say stuff like this, they're basically asking for money. They're saying, hey, can you help me not let the sheriff come kick us out? And I learned a lot of these techniques from Andy, because you can imagine everyone coming to Andy like, man, I'm in a situation. Can you lend me some money? It's kind of that kind of mode. And so I don't lend money. I give money. Sometimes I lend money. No, I can't. I lend money with the expectation of never receiving it back. How about that? I lend money with never the expectation to get it back. And you can imagine over the years, people have sold me. They're really good salespeople. Not good at selling insurance, but for some reason they can really crank up the sales process on me to give them a handout. I'll promise you I'll pay you back. I'll promise you, I promise you, I promise you. Do you think I ever got paid back? Zero. And we're probably talking maybe 5 to 10 grand over my 19 years. And you think, gosh, God, why do you keep doing it? It's like, well, they sell me. The one thing about salespeople, here's what you got to understand, man. Salespeople, good salespeople are easily sold. Okay, because good salespeople are good at influence someone else, but they're also able to be influenced quickly themselves. That's sort of the power of a salesperson, is they don't have to make decisions quick or slow. They make decisions quick. It's like, yeah or no, whatever. So over time, I've learned from Andy Albright that, dude, not a good move, not smart move. It's your money, but okay. So here's what happens normally, is they come to you at the last 11th hour and say, help me, I'm in this situation. And I've learned this from Andy. It's like, dude, you should have come back to me 6 months, a year ago when you were having trouble selling. You should have come to me early when I have an opportunity to help you with my advice, my counsel, with my coaching, right? You're coming to me at the last hour, the 11th hour, and I can't help you. You've limited my options to help you. You've handcuffed me, right? And so my stance now is I'll do what I can to get them leads. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this guy bonus leads in this area. And then, you know, I put it back in his hands. Well, we're talking to some churches for shelter, and, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, you got to solve your problem, bro. Okay, you understand? So I would love to help them, but I want to help them long term, not short term. The problem with putting yourself in a position like that is he's trying to make his problem my problem. It's like, bro, it ain't my problem. I've got 5 kids. I got people to put through college. I got this, blah, blah, blah. I got other investments I'm making in my business. All right. And I tithe and offer, but you're not my charity. You're not my problem. Your problem started a long time ago when you started making bad decisions instead of making a right decision of getting help before you needed it. Before this came to this, you should have got some help. Right? Alex, you're a hard ass, man. You making all this money, you should be helping people. It's like, well, maybe I should. I help other people. But I can't help you that comes to me at the last minute saying, hey, help me. Like, remember what I said about anytime I've helped someone out, I've never gotten it paid back to me. Never. 0. So when I do give, it's like, it's probably not going to come back. But I'll have a kind of like, just take it out of your commissions, pay me every month, whatever. Took you a year to pay me back $800. Whatever, man. Okay, but never happened. So why am I telling you this? Am I sharing this with you? It's like, just like I told that guy, don't come to me at the last minute when you're in dire need, because I can't help you. Come to me early, right? Come to me early. Here's what's crazy. Remember the part that we're in the life insurance industry? Okay, remember, we sell life insurance to people, all right? We sell people protection in the event of tragedy. We sell 10-year, 20-year, 30-year term to cover that period of time where, should they suffer tragedy, their families will be protected. In other words, insurance is a personal risk management tool to guard against the dire consequences should the breadwinner pass away, die. Okay, remember the part that we are directly involved in the personal risk management business. Does that make sense? Okay, like I could get totally nerdy on you and talk about risk management. Some of y'all who know what I'm talking about, you run models on measuring risk of making certain decisions, like decision trees and potential outcomes and how to handle potential outcomes. You think finance or corporations, they hire financial analysts to measure what happens if the interest rate dropped here, what's our situation going to be? They do all kinds of analysis on the what if, and then they make decisions to guard themselves against the what if scenario, right? That's why the mortgage bubble was a terrible scenario, because not enough people did the risk analysis on these vehicles that they were investing in, that they were just not worth the paper they were written on, really, right? Risk management. So why am I going to this long preamble? Number one is, like, my opinion, don't lend money out and expect money to come back. Never lend money unless you expect it, and expect it to come back. Like, lend money, expect it to never come back if you're going to do it. The second thing is, you should tell people the same thing I tell them. It's like, dude, you came to me at the wrong time. I learned this one, this just cracks me up. Andy, he says, at the end of the year when people are trying to make the trip, they're trying to slam these policies through. They're trying to get policies issued like crazy. They're trying to last minute. And then you've got the bubble people that missed the trip by $100 of issue paid premium, $300 of issue paid premium, just barely missed the trip by just a few $100s of issue paid premium. And they have the audacity, honestly, to call Andy and said, hey, man, dude, is there any way I'm so close on blah, blah, and blah, 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 blah. And here's what Andy tells him. He goes, oh, man, I wish you could have came to me 6 months ago and asked for help. Well, Andy, I didn't know I was going to fall short by, I had got sick and where I was running leads, I couldn't get leads anymore. And then this happened. I got a bunch of chargebacks from policy I thought I sold. And then, and it's like, well, whoa, I know. You should have come to me 6 months ago. I could have helped you so that if any of those things happen, you wouldn't be in your situation now. And then you can imagine the agent gets all pissed off and they, walk away. It's like, dude, seriously? You knew you had this problem. You knew this could have been a problem. Okay, well, maybe he didn't know. Well, let me tell you, things happen. Okay. So here's why I go into this, is that the whole idea of building a business cracks me up when people talk about building a business and talk about building a business. But I'll wait till I really sell and know what I'm doing. Or I'll wait until this and then I'll build my business. I'll wait. Do you know that logic is exactly the same logic as someone says, well, let me think about buying life insurance. I'm going to wait until I can afford it. I'm going to wait until, right? Those two exactly come from the same place. I'm going to wait until, fill in the excuse. I'm going to build my business. I'm going to wait and build my business until, okay. Let me ask you, when someone decides to buy a McDonald's franchise, when they have to spend $1 million and then they have to go to Hamburger University, then they have to actually work in the McDonald's. They got a whole lot of hoops they got to jump through, okay? Why does someone buy a McDonald's franchise, even if they're franchising anymore? They got a bunch of corporate-owned stores. Well, because they know they're going to make money. How do they know they're going to make money? Over 5 billion served. They've got longevity. You see people that have McDonald's, most of them are making money. They feel like it's a very safe bet because they can look around and see people making money. Their McDonald's are still standing. In other words, if the McDonald's is still standing, chances are that franchise is making money, okay? I'm sorry to be very basic with you, but follow me with this thought exercise, okay? Because this is mega important for you to understand. If the McDonald's is still in business, they must be making money. That business would not be standing if they weren't making money. Does that make sense? Like, they can only subsist for so long until they can't pay their bills, can't pay the lease, can't pay the franchise fees, and then they either resell it to another owner, can run it better, or what? Okay, so kind of basic, judge by your eye. Let your eyes be your judge. Okay, so if longevity has any reasonable proof that something's working, I think you can make those assumptions generally. Okay, all right. So people buy McDonald's because they know it's working, because they see all these McDonald's are thriving at every freaking exit on the highway. Okay, now what does that have to do with this? We've been in business 19 years. Okay, it's funny when people ask me, do your leads work? Well, 99% of our agents sell on our lead program. Like 1% ever sell a referral. There's like 1%, even less than 1%, that actually sell off our lead program. Okay, so when you look at the leaderboard, we do about 145 million a year. Okay, for 19 years we've been in business. 19 years we've been doing our lead program. If our lead program didn't work, then we wouldn't be in business 19 years. Just like the analogy of McDonald's, if a business has been in 19 years, something must be working. And if 99% of our agents are using leads to make sales, right, then the leads must be working for the people that are doing it, the people that are putting the numbers on the leaderboard. All right. Now, individually for you, it may or may not be working, and there are probably very specific reasons why that we can address and we can coach and we can, whatever, help you with. But it's simple to say, when you see people on the leaderboard that are selling on our lead program, that are making a lot of money, well, then something's got to be working correctly. Okay? So just like you see McDonald's in operation, you see agents that are producing business. Now, the whole idea of creating an agency is based on agents selling life insurance, right? I don't make an override unless my agents sell life insurance. And this week, we did 54,000. So I make an override when that 54,000 submitted gets issue paid. At maybe it's 40,000 gets issue paid, right? And then my average override is, I'm not going to go into that. Crazy, by the grace of God. So I appreciate that. Okay. But so whether someone did 1 app or 10 apps this week, I still get paid an override on all that production. So do you see how building a business is purely a separate business decision than selling life insurance, okay, than you selling life insurance? So when a business owner buys a McDonald's franchise, are they really a hamburger salesperson? Are they a hamburger salesperson? Or are they a business owner that makes a business decision to get into a franchise that works, and then they see money deposited into their account from the sales minus the royalty fee percentage they give to McDonald's, minus operation costs, which is labor and supplies, minus taxes? What's left is their profit. Okay, so does that business owner want, are they a hamburger salesman, or are they a business owner? Okay, apart from the idea of me peddling hamburgers to you, the person across from the thing, selling a hamburger to you for $5.85. Do you want to supersize that, sir? Right? So I love what Andy said today. Like, do you see me as an insurance salesperson? No. He's a brand CEO of a corporation whose agents sell life insurance. Do you know that in our business, you can be exactly the same thing? You can be the president CEO of your agency that is in the business of moving life insurance from carriers to customers through a lead program, and you earn an override on your agents that you've hired that have been trained by our system, and you earn the override on that. Do you see how that's it's a different decision to build a business than it is to sell life insurance? Life insurance is a job. Being a business owner of an agency is being a business owner. Man, I hope I'm making sense to you. Because I get people telling me, well, I got to wait until I know the leads are good. Okay, do you buy McDonald's? Okay, so before you buy a McDonald's franchise, do you have to be an employee frying fries and wrapping burgers and selling burgers at the register before you invest in the McDonald's franchise? Does that make sense? I mean, it's exactly the same thing. Well, I got to make sure that, that I can sell these burgers and I can punch it in the register, and that, right? See, because all you have to do is look around you and look at the leaderboards of people that are producing life insurance, knowing that as an owner, the president CEO of your agency under the Alliance umbrella, your agency, that you're making a percentage override on the production being done in your business. So the question for you is, does the business work? Does the model work? Well, the only way the model works is if people sell insurance on our lead program. So if I can prove to you that people sell insurance, are able to sell insurance and make money with our lead program, in other words, get policies issued paid, then can I satisfy your proof that you need that the business works, which is based on people selling life insurance. All right? So let me make that premise clear before I prove to you. So let me prove it to you. So I'm opening up our October 4-week production. It's not the end of the month yet, but it's 4 production weeks. Taking a little bit of time. So this is month-to-date issued paid as 25 October, which represents 4 production weeks. We measure weekly production going from like Thursday to Wednesday. Just we count the number of Thursdays, and that's how many production weeks in a month. So some months have 5. October has 4. So this is based on a 4-week production week month. Okay, so I'm trying to prove to you that our business works, and it's been doing this for 19 years. Okay, so just in my agency of 176 unique writing agents over the course of 4 production weeks in the month of October, these are the numbers. We produce issue paid. So this is issue paid, meaning this is what got approved by the insurance company, and our agents got paid a commission on it, and I earned an override on every single one of these people that made their money on these policies that got issue paid. All right, so this is the cumulative. So Mr. Paul Epstein issue paid $36,933.52. I believe Paul's on a 90% contract. Anyway, all right, so you just multiply 90% times 36,933, okay? Again, remember, it's like this, the burgers, fries, and shakes make money. Let's prove to you that life insurance is working through our lead program. So I've got all these people that did all kinds of production, from big production to little production. See that? In other words, these people do a lot. There's a lot of people that do a little bit and a few that do a lot. Can I stop them from doing it? Well, if I don't give them leads. Can I force them to do more? No. Can I force them to do little? No. They do what they do. They have their skill set. They get the leads, they call the leads, and then they do X number of appointments, and then their skill level will get them a certain amount of results week after week after week. So all those factors I can help them with, but there are people that do a lot. There are people that do a little because they just want to work part-time. I don't know. All I know is that out of these people, we did $639,587.92 of issue paid premium in my business, okay? And it's broken out between 1.7% do 20,000 or more, 1.14% did 15 to 19,999. 3.98% did 10,000 to 14,999. 5,000 to 9,999 was 14.7%, and below 5,000, 78.41%. Does this mean this is your percentage chance of making these numbers? No. If you did what these $36,000 guy did, Paul Epstein, if you booked as many appointments and you developed his skill over time, you could do that too. All right, he's been with me 10 plus years. He's learned what it takes to do it. And some months it's like, I don't feel like doing that much. All right, it's up to him, but I can't force him one way or the other. But suffice to say that, and I actually have September. September numbers are very similar. In other words, you can't stop people from doing what they're going to do. All right, so like I mentioned, if you're putting up a McDonald's in a certain part of town, you pretty much have marketing data to kind of expect maybe how many customers you're going to have. And in another part of town, maybe it's not so fancy schmancy, or maybe the walk-in traffic isn't as much. You put it in this side of town and you run it equally as well, you probably aren't going to make as much money, okay? But you're still going to produce some serious income. In other words, demographics, whatever, but if you put that here, there, whatever. In other words, I can't force someone to do more volume or less volume. While you can't force a store to do more volume in their market area, you could do promotions and you can do, and the corporate office does advertisements to just try to generate more traffic, but all things being equal, this and this side of town, this and that side of town, okay, you have a special promotion, your income's going to go up, but it's going to go up like this or down like this just because the market. Just like agents I hire, there's some that are going to do great, some that are not going to do so good. Some quit, some won't quit no matter what. I can't determine that. They're the ones that do. Not in my control. What's in my control is hiring and bring people into my business so I can build a hierarchy structure that does over 639,000 month after month, year after year. It goes up 700, 800. Remember, we had 900,000 last year. Insane, but whatever. Right? Okay, so again, I'm trying to prove to you that the business works so that you can make the separate business decision of whether you should decide to build an agency, whether you should decide to buy a McDonald's franchise. I'm trying to prove to you from a model perspective, the model's working because it's working here. You can see on the leaderboard. Does that make sense? I think I beat this horse dead. All right, so having said that, so what more do you need to know if the business works or how the business works? Well, I need to know like all the how it works, and okay, well, fair enough. Okay, so we're buying leads, we're giving leads, whatever the case is with your upline, you're working leads, you call them up, you book appointments, our agents go out there, sit down with people, they close about half to 70%. They issue pay 75%. They have 75, 80, or 83% persistency, and they're going to make money. You as a manager make money on them making money. Okay, so the X and O's of doing that. Okay, so how do you do that as a manager? How do you build your agency? You build your agency by going out there and finding prospects that want to get involved in the insurance business, that want to make money on the side, that want to potentially even build a business. They want to become business owners themselves. They want to diversify their income outside their own ability to work. Okay, so let me chart this out. I'm trying to make a case. I am trying to make a case. So let's kind of, again, illustrate. Sell, and then number 2. All right, the one thing we do is this, what's on this board. We sell and then we recruit and build. We sell life insurance. So we start off with 1. We start off our leads. Okay. How we source leads, how we get leads. It could be ERS leads, it could be warm market, it could be our lead program. All are optional. You don't have to sell on our lead program. Like I said, we have maybe 1% that sell off our lead program, or combination of lead and ERS referrals, whatever the case may be. So our leads could be referrals, warm market people that you know. It could be our lead program that you partake in. A lot of different ways. It could be networking through other, breakfast clubs. All right. So it starts off with sourcing people to sell life insurance to. The second thing is you got to call them up, right? And you got to check what we call call to book appointments. Sit down with them. look, if you're brand new, you should get about a 55% close rate on the people you sit with. So you got to call them up and book appointments. Your job is to book appointment, not to sell the product over the phone. It's to book the dadgum appointment. So you give them a call to book the appointment. Number 3, you show the insurance program to them, right? And if you're starting out, you'll close 55%, 55%, and then it'll go to 70%. So it'll be 55 to 70%. 70% are people that have been in the business and learned the skill and gotten better. But you're going to have a percentage that's going to be yours, and you're going to improve on that. And then number 4, you're going to follow up and follow through. In other words, you can get the policy issue paid. You're going to get the policy issue paid. You're going to do annual reviews every year to keep them on the books. You're going to send them a Christmas card with a picture of your family. You're going to do all the proper things to keep them as a client for life. It's a relationship business. It's not transactional. It's all about the relationship, starting when you call them up, okay, show them the insurance program, follow through, and keep them on the books. This is the selling part of the business. We got people making, like our top salespeople make $500,000 doing this process right here, to use a Canadian term, using this process right here to create income with their insurance job, okay? So you might have a full-time job, you might have a part-time job, you might have a full-time insurance job, you might have a part-time insurance job. Nonetheless, you're creating income, and I call this income to survive, okay? In other words, you're making enough to make your nut, or along with your job, you're making enough to make your nut, and you're comfortable, okay? But you're not living lifestyle yet, you're comfortable. So some of y'all have a full-time job, you're doing the insurance job as a part-time thing, awesome, okay? Right, so this is what we do to sell, okay? And these are all those people on the leaderboard that you saw to prove that the selling part with the alliance of what we do works, all right? So what does it take to recruit and build? Well, knowing that the premise is based on you earning an override on people that do this part, the sell part, right? It has an interesting mirror to what we do selling. Because number 1, you have to have recruiting leads, okay? You got to have source of people to show the plan to, okay? So these are like leads. So these are the same analogies. How do we source people? We have warm market. We have referrals from warm market. In other words, list of names from people that join us. We have our clients. And then we have advertising through like Craigslist, ZipRecruiter, Indeed, etc., going out and soliciting people with our sales position that's open, okay? And not only salespeople, but business owners, okay? We're not only looking for people to sell insurance, we're also looking for people that want to build a business too. People that want to make money beyond their own capacity to work, which is really the real reason. Like a McDonald's owner doesn't buy a McDonald's so they can work at the counter or they can fry the fries. No, the McDonald's owner buys a franchise because he knows it works. They hire staff to run it, and then they make the money. They make the money. They make sure that their staff is doing the right things in order to make a profitable business. That's what they do. But while their business is creating them money, they're probably going on vacations to Tahiti, to Hawaii, to Europe, to Paris, to Switzerland, while their franchise is making money. That's why, if you want to know if franchises work, why do some of the big mega guys own multiple franchises? Like there's a guy that owns 400 Wendy's. He's like one of the biggest guys in Wendy's. If it works once, it's going to work more. It's to duplicate and replicate the process over multiple franchises so we can make more money than less money, not based on his own ability to work, not as based on his own ability to fry fries or sell hamburgers across the counter, right? Same thing here, gang. We source people to find people that want to sell, recruit, and build. I'd love to find people that want to do both, sell, recruit, and build. But if I just find a salesperson, God bless them, I'm going to help them make money selling. If I find somebody who just wants to build a business, which actually we found someone in New York, she just wants to build a business. She's been in insurance forever, but she sees the power of creating that override residual income that can go beyond like her retirement into retirement years. Because she's tired over the last 30 years of going out and making sales one-on-one with people, right? So that's why. So I'll take them too. But remember, nobody makes money until someone sells life insurance. So I don't want to make this like second position. This is important, as important as finding, it's all one thing, right? So when you source people through all these different methods, the second thing is you got to talk to them. It's the call, all right? It's the check interest. In other words, the answer is, are they interested in making money? It's like, are you interested in buying a McDonald's franchise? Yes or no? Are you interested in buying a McDonald's franchise? Are you interested in buying a McDonald's franchise? That's all you're doing for people that are looking for opportunities to make money. If they don't, no McDonald's franchise for me. Okay, cool. How about you? McDonald's franchise? Oh gosh, yes, I've been looking for this for a long time, a turnkey way to make money, not slinging hamburgers. I want to own the business so I can make money. Like, okay. How about you? McDonald's franchise? No, too busy. How about you? Oh, too much on your plate? How about you? Oh, you really interested. Okay. Oh, but you want to start off selling hamburgers across the counter first because you want to make sure that the process of selling hamburgers works. Okay, awesome. Let's get you selling hamburgers across the counter first. And then if you decide to own a McDonald's, then let me know and I'll help you. Okay, Joe? I don't judge. I just listen to them, and then I figure out how I can serve them, and then we just bring them in. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. So number two, I'm going to check interest. If they're interested, great. If they're not, great. I don't care. Do you know there are like 360 million people out there? All right? 360 million people. Do you know there are 55 million people that have a 401k? So 55 million of 360 million have actually a 401k that they're spending on retirement. Okay, so you've got at least 55 million to see the value or the ability to get into a retirement vehicle. I don't know why I say that. Well, I know why I say that. Because 2 years ago, the stock market, most of those 401ks are invested in the stock market to some capacity. It could be a money market, which is based on the stock market. And from 2 years ago, the stock market has increased 30%. So you tell me 55 million people that have a 401k, are you better off today than you were 2 years ago? Well, chances are the answer is yes. Okay. I don't know why I threw that in. But out of 360 million Americans, you think that we can find someone who is interested in owning a McDonald's franchise or owning an insurance sales franchise, right? I think so. And if they're interested, awesome. If they're not, awesome. Hey, keep my card. If something changes in the future, you know, if doing that that skincare franchise business doesn't work out, come back and talk to me. We check interest. Once we check interest, if they're interested in making money, number three, we show them the plan. Do they want to make money the way we're making money? Do they want to make money the way we're making money? In other words, Joe, it's not McDonald's franchise. Joe, do you want to make money? Yes. Okay. Okay, if you do you want to make it like the McDonald's franchise? Okay, that's how it is. The first step is, do you want to make money? The second step is, do you want to make money the way we make money? We show them the plan. And the people that say, wow, that looks cool, sign me up, rock on. Okay, and we get them started. Okay, we get them started with a list. Who do you know? Who do you know that might be interested in making money? Who do you know that might be interested in buying life insurance? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Because the business works through referrals of other people. All right. In our business like this, if you're interested in recruiting recruiting and building a business, then look, let us know who you know and we can get your business started. Like I got my business started with 7 agents, and I've made 10, 12 million over the last 19 years just on those first 7 agents. I know, insane, huh? I guess I was lucky. No, I wasn't lucky. I showed it to people that I knew. And I found 2 of them that stuck with me all these 19 years. You might have those 2 people on your list where you're going to make 10, 12 million on them over the last 19 years. Yeah, insane. Okay, we're going to help them get their license if they're not already licensed. And then we're going to get them to the next conference. It could be conference call, it could be major conference like national conference in January coming up, or family reunion in July, or an instant thunder that we have periodically at the corporate headquarters at Mothership, okay? But we're going to get started, and we're going to get them started by building their agency of people, okay? Number 4, actually, I'm sorry. This is number 4. This is the follow-up, follow-through. Let me draw this. I'm sorry. I'm getting way ahead of myself because I'm so excited. So they say yes, then the follow-up process is list, license, and the next conference. And then what do we do with them? We do this on their list, okay, the referral list, the warm market list, okay? We're going to give them a call, show the plan, follow up with them, and all of a sudden we start building their agency and creating mass and getting their franchise going too. That's what we do. That's what I will do for you and help you with, and that's what your upline, growing upline, is going to do to help you with. And I'm not going to charge you any money for doing it. I'm going to spend my productive time in your business helping you do this. And I don't care if it's like 2, 3 legs. I'm driving to China in depth. That's the game. All right? All right, I hope I made sense to you, that I went through this thought experiment about why should you build a business like this. It comes down to this. Remember I started off that story about that guy? Well, you need to build your business before you need to build your business. In other words, this business is insurance on your income. Insurance on your income. What do you mean by that? It means that you are insuring that if you can't work, okay, if you cannot work because of illness, because of disability, because of parents needing help, because of medical condition with your spouse that you got to be with her, because of a medical condition with your children, because of an emergency that happens where it takes you out of the field, you have insured your income, because your sales income might go down to 0, but your business, because remember, you're the president CEO of your business income keeps coming in and actually goes up. This will always be there for you. Remember, you're in the insurance business. You're telling people that they should buy a policy to protect their families when tragedy strikes. But how many of y'all that are selling insurance are insuring your insurance income by building an organization of people that are selling? that you're earning an override, that you're earning business income on a system that's already working because we've been doing this thing for 19 years. Does that make sense? Are you insuring your income? This is the best disability policy that you could ever put in place by having a whole boatload of people that will do what they do. In other words, you're not beating them out of for production. You just bring people in, love on them, bring them into the system. Everything's going to be okay. Teach them the skill, get them into NA University, have them watch Andy's videos, get them to the TWC every Wednesday to listen to Andy Albright, the activity call, the product call, the hotspot meetings, reading, listening to audio through the Alliance Media app, watching Andy's videos on the Alliance University and on his YouTube channel. Okay, you get my drift now? It's the franchise. You're plugging them into the franchise so that your people will thrive. And you know what? They either plug in or they don't. That's the beauty of this thing. They will do what they do. They will vote with their feet. And you don't have to convince them one way or the other. You just have to invite them. You have to promote something, like promoting a movie. You tell a friend, it's like, man, that was one of the best movies I've ever seen. I love that movie. Hey, the Alliance is one of the best things I've ever seen. I love the Alliance. Hey, you need to come to this hotspot meeting, man. It's going to be jamming. We're going to help you learn how to make some money. You see, you invite people to things, and they either accept it or reject it. At least you invited them. That's all we ask of you to do to build your business. Find people, invite them in, love on them, don't be mean to them, and then let's serve them and support them. Let your upline serve them and support them. Got that? You're insuring your income. So why don't you do with your personal income what you're telling people and influence people to take care of their families? Why don't you insure your income for your family when you get taken out by anything, man? Either death, you could die, or you have people that you got to take care of, emergency situations where you got this money coming in and this money coming in because you've taught other people to recruit and build, sell, recruit and build, that your income will actually, your business income will go up even beyond your capacity to build it. Remember, the power of this is making income beyond your own capacity to sell, and then eventually beyond your own capacity to recruit and build. In other words, it goes beyond you personally recruiting and building because you got a whole boatload of people duplicating you recruiting and building. This is where you truly become Ray Kroc, the owner of McDonald's. Awesome. You all have that opportunity. Does that make sense? Insure your income with your business. Then pretty soon, you don't got to be selling. You can flush your insurance sales job, except for your current clients that you're trying to serve. You know, I mean, they tell you, hey, Alex, I need another policy. Oh, twist my arm. You know, I'm going to go there at my 110% commission rate. Okay. But you, in essence, no longer depend on your insurance sales job. And this money's coming in whether the sun goes up or sun goes down, whether it rains or whether it pours, whether whatever. You insure your income, man. I hope I made sense. Man, I hope you went through this thought experiment with me so you can kind of work all those excuses out of your head. All right, man, God bless. Let me stop this. All right, man, rock on. Let's kick butt this week. We are on a momentum like I've never seen before. And man, we're going to start our ZipRecruiter program for y'all. So let me know if you want to invest, and we're going to get this thing rocking and rolling. I'll ramp up to 2019, which we are going to kill it. I know we're going to kill it 2019. Rock on, everybody. God bless.